Linkzilla, and welcome back to God of War. I honestly don't remember where we last left off. I think it had something to do with us finishing off Muspelheim, and now I'm gonna dedicate this episode to doing the favor for Sidri. So, let's see if we can get Mimir to finish that story. Let's see, which way to the north? Alright, so South City is to the north, North City is to the west, and East City is also to the north. Where the fuck am I? Yep, Northree Gorge. Although I have to admit, Kratos had the right idea.
Now that story I started earlier, I was going to tell you of Skoll and Hati, the bringers of day and night. Odin captured them as pups and kept them in the kennels of Asgard to hold his foe at bay.
Oh?
But when the sun and moon grew mutinous and stood still, Odin put Skoll and Hati to use. With his ancient magics, he cast the wolves to the heavens, and they began their chase. And long shall they chase, but not endlessly. For it is foretold that someday Skoll and Hati will catch and devour their prey. And that day shall be Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods.
But Ragnarok is supposed to be Odin's doom, isn't it? Why would he set the wolves loose if it fulfills the prophecy?
That's because
Precisely the question, lad. It's always about control. The wolves determine when Ragnarok begins, and now he controls the wolves. A battle fought on...
Skoll and Hati. Let's see. Ragnarok. Odin knows the prophecy and sent them anyway, because Mimir says he's always trying to control everything. Until then, they're the bringers of day and night that keep the sun and moon moving.
His timetable is a battle he better stands to win.
So Odin basically knows that it's not that good idea, but he thinks that if he can control everything, eventually it will end in his favor. A wise man once said, "One often meets his destiny on the road he takes to avoid it." But yeah, it was actually pretty smart of Kratos to basically, cut off the story the way that he did, because, well, I realize that we only get stories while on the water or when we're traveling in the World Tree branches through the ancient gates. The reason for why that is because on the water or traveling through the gates, there's literally going to be nothing that could suddenly jump out and attack them. But Kratos knows that while they're traveling on foot, they're more vulnerable to attack. So, Skoll and Hati. They chase the sun and moon. Boy, did I tell you that where I come from, the moon is actually driven by 4 chariots? Wait, the sun is actually pulled by a chariot of fire, pulled by 4 flying horses. I drove that chariot once. Man.
There's something up there.
Up where? Like you were pointing, right at... Well, whoever basically built this gate surely wanted to keep somebody out. Or maybe they wanted to keep something in. Are there any ravens here? Raven, raven, raven. Let's go find us a dwarf. Oh, by the way, we haven't basically checked out Fafnir's storeroom. I wonder if Fafnir is there. I mean, I doubt it. I highly doubt that he would just be there hanging out. Because...
Mimir, is there a story for the giant with the flaming sword?
Stuart the Brave. Of course. We've spoken so much of frost giants. It's about time we instead met the most fiery giant of all. Back when Ymir first emerged from Ginnungagap, it was Surt who followed next. He came from Muspelheim, the fire realm, bringing heat to the young cosmos, conjuring the sun from his primordial flame. But let's come back to that flaming sword, shall we? Surt the Brave forged his sword of flame for one purpose alone: to burn down Asgard when Ragnarok comes at last. His destiny is to fall at the hands of Thor and Odin, but in so doing, strike the blow that leaves their realm in ash and ruin. And from that destruction, the world can be born anew. Until then, alone he waits in Muspelheim, never sleeping, ever honing his fiery blade. Brave, generous Surt, who knows he lives but to his doom. All because he chooses to serve a grand cycle so much bigger than himself. To truly embrace your purpose and the patience and sacrifice it demands is to ensure your day will come.
Do you think we'll be there when that day comes?
I've seen enough.
Prophecy says Surtur the Brave will die at Ragnarok, but take Asgard with him. Mimir says it's part of a grand cycle of death and rebirth, and Surtur accepts this fate.
For war between the gods, but you, little brother, who can say?
That's really interesting because so far I've basically been saying that from a certain point of view, either the gods or the giants can be viewed as bad guys, because usually the way that this story goes is that Ragnarok is the end of all things, and that basically, it's the twilight of the gods. Since you're supposed to basically, see the perspective from the god side, the fact that they all basically get killed, and Ragnarok basically is the end of all things, it's meant to be seen as bad, except this game has sort of taken, well, a kind of Newtonian idea. The idea that basically where there is an ending, it makes way for a new beginning. So, Ragnarok is the twilight of the Aesir gods, and it cleans the slate so that something new can come in their place. So, the gods and the giants, they will have their last, and they will leave this world. Just makes me wonder what new comes in their place, because there is some historical precedence in regards to that. Although I don't know if I want to talk about that in this episode or save it for closer to the end of the game. The Northri Stronghold. Is that? There's gotta be an easier way. But this is the first one of these that I've encountered inside, so this sets a precedent that they can be found inside. Speaking of which, I gotta go back to Northrod's corpse. Go find the one that I missed.
Once you retrieve the whetstone, please take utmost care while handling it. It is a priceless relic after all.
I didn't even realize you were there. How does Kratos not have enough reach for that? 30. 21 left to go. And there's 2 here. 2 over at Thamer's corpse. And, considering that the Mystic Gateways are open, we could just teleport there when we're done here. Dwarf.
Sindri, I know I should stay out of your family business. I just don't get why Thor abusing your creation would drive you and Brock apart. It wasn't your fault.
Well, I'm glad you forgive our part in that. But when you've witnessed that much devastation and loss, and you know it couldn't have happened without you, it's simply not so easy to forgive yourself.
I understand that.
Or your partner. We tried to make up for it, of course, but that's a whole other sad story, as I'm sure you know.
I do?
Atreus, enough.
Alright.
You see, I'm basically guessing that maybe there was a time of peace. Maybe they didn't know what Odin would do to the giants. That he would basically craft Thor to be his attack dog and set him on the giants without mercy. So, what I'm basically guessing at is that maybe Sindri and Brock were friends of the giants, and the fact that basically they created a weapon that ended up killing them. But hey, that's just a theory. That looked like a gate over there.
I still can't believe a son would kill his own father. That's crazy, right? I know, we only got one side of the story. But come on! His own father? I mean, I get angry at you sometimes, but...
Do you?
I mean, sometimes, yeah. A little. But I'd never stab you in the back.
No. I imagine not.
Mainly because if you did, you would very quickly find out why you would regret it. Kratos is worried. This side quest is going to have Kratos really, really, really worried. Because the cycle has continued. Zeus thought he could end the cycle by killing Kratos, but Kratos killed him. And now Kratos has gone on to father his own son. I wonder if that's why Kratos initially wanted a daughter. In fact, like, you know how basically how much he cared about Calliope? Is that a revenant? That's a revenant. Let's hope that she doesn't notice us. We need a place to land. Gold? I wonder if while he was with Faye, he was hoping beyond hope that the child they made together was going to be a girl, because then Kratos wouldn't have to, well, he wouldn't have to be the way he is with Atreus. He'd probably raise a daughter to be a little bit differently. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's another revenant. Jesus, this place is crawling with the dead. Oh well, at least she doesn't have shoulder-mounted rocket launchers. So that's something I gotta be grateful for. Although, quite frankly, I think that I would take the familiarity of it. That looks like something that can be destroyed, and it happens to be attached to a convenient chain. More gold up ahead. We are really getting deep into this stronghold, aren't we?
This clan really didn't want anyone coming in. How are we supposed to get through?
There must be a way to lift the gate.
Maybe with the big water wheel.
My thought as well.
Poison. It's been a while since.
We could dock the boat here.
Where? There. I mean, don't get me wrong, Kratos would probably raise his daughter to be tough, like a warrior, but I don't think that Kratos would feel a sense of existential dread from her. Or, who knows? There's somebody up there. Kid, don't go get too far ahead. Do they know we're here? Is that a revenant? I can't tell. They seem to be waiting. They know we're here. I hear a bird. Could it be the second raven? I mean, for all we know, Kratos never stopped being suicidal. In fact, I think that becoming an immortal god of Olympus probably pissed Kratos off even more so at the prospect that, great, now I can't die, and the gods won't even let me kill myself. So... hold on to that for me.
Focus up.
Kid, did you jump? Ah, great.
Watch the poison!
Light arrows. I really wish that they had chosen a better means of locking on instead of, like, pressing R3, because basically you've got your movement analog stick constantly pressed down, and I don't press the L3 button, and yet rage attack activates anyway. So, I'm not drunk. I am not drunk. Anyways, what was I talking about? Kratos probably is still suicidal. I mean, he did run himself through with the Blade of Olympus at the end of all things. At the end of God of War 3. And I really do wonder if at that moment, now that he's realizing that all of Olympus is dead, I literally have nothing else to live for. I've gotten my revenge against them, and now I'm basically no longer the god of war. I can probably end it all. Except Kratos soon learned that he can't self-terminate. Of course, I don't know why that is, though. Is this game ever going to explain why Kratos can't kill himself? But this game ultimately with basically like the idea of Kratos having his own son. The water wheel is broken.
Here we go!
Get off.
Stay there!
I mean, you see how quickly that stuns them? Jesus, had I known that light arrows could do that, I would have done them a whole lot sooner. Heck, I actually want to go back and do the realm tears. I want to do the realm tears.
They barely touched us.
What'd you say? Okay, so I've been speculating on whether or not Kratos wants to die, and he could basically be grooming Atreus for the day that he could do that. But the thing about it is that all this time spent with Atreus, by the time Atreus is ready to kill him, Kratos probably won't want to die anymore. Because now he's found something that's worth living for again. Although I do wonder how Kratos feels about it. Does Kratos feel any more or less for Atreus than he did for Calliope? Did he care about Faye any more or less than he did for Lysandra? And unfortunately, we're not going to get those answers unless we start talking about these characters. There has to be some compare and contrast. Boy, are you coming or are you not? Ah, you're coming, finally. I mean, and the only way that we're going to get any sort of comparison between the two is that Kratos needs to talk about it again. I mean, imagine that conversation. Boy, you were not my first child. I had a daughter. You mean I have a sister? No, not anymore. What happened? What happened to her? She died. She died because I failed. I could not protect her. Time you jump, boy. Wonder if I can hit that from here. Apparently I can. Do you? I mean, it really is something to... It's something to consider. And it's really something that always irritated me about how this game got hyped the way that it did, with so many people saying that God of War is now deep and complex, blah, blah, blah. God of War was always deep and complex. You do basically I think that a lot of people take it for granted, but do you realize that the first time we ever meet Kratos, when we are first introduced to his character, is literally at his lowest point? Literally speaking, we meet Kratos just seconds before he tries to commit suicide. That's what let us know this story is gonna mean something. It's gonna be... Wait a second, is this a buried treasure? The storeroom!
Found him!
Unyielding cinders. Unquenchable fire from the depths of Muspelheim. Used to upgrade pommels with burn damage. Finder's fee. Yep, this is the storeroom. Oh, that's a relief. I thought it was on one of the wrecked ships. By the way, it's cool that your bow does that. Okay, so I'm still looking for Don't Blink. I wonder where that could possibly be, because I don't see a stone face anywhere in that picture. Although I don't like how Kratos has to recall his axe just to basically uncover some dirt. Or rocks. Or whatever.
When are you angry?
What?
With me. When?
Oh. I
That's my
guess
secret, Cap.
sometimes when you don't think I can do
Always
something,
angry.
but I can.
It is not always easy to know one.
It's okay. I get it. I'm little. Where's that whetstone, I wonder?
It's not easy to... He cut him off.
We can beach over here.
Kratos was probably about to tell him something important. When are you angry with me? Well, think about it, Kratos. When were you not angry with your father? You grew up your entire life believing that you didn't have a father, and yet you knew beyond hope that the man who sired you was out there. And yet, moments after you killed probably the only god of Olympus that actually cared about you, she tells you that the man who literally murdered you just a few days ago, who destroyed your homeland of Sparta, who basically was quietly tormenting you all this time. Is that an elemental? No, that's an ancient. That's a fucking ancient in there. Or maybe a soul eater. Well, as it turns out, that guy was your father. Wait, no, it's an ogre. Huh. I'm a little bit disappointed.
Which way?
Probably towards the ogre. Come here, yeah! Give us room, boy. Oh, not the kid, not the kid. I cut his Achilles tendon. I went through that entire thing without taking any damage. Wow. I guess that training in Muspelheim is going to pay off. Solid. Can I get some hardened steel? Anyway, it turns out that guy was your father. I mean, even back before God of War 2 fucked up everything, the bonus features in God of War 1 based...
I wish Mom were here.
Why? If Mom were here, we wouldn't be on this quest right now. So if you're hoping that this would be some kind of family outing... I wish that your mom were here too, kid. She'd be so proud to see how strong you've become.
Over here!
Over where? What's that blue thing in there? No, that's just the reflection. I was thinking that it was going to be a seal. Or maybe it is. Oh, but it is a dark and powerful magic. I hit it. Can't break it. I'm guessing that's one of the tablets that the kid has to read. But still. Oh! You alright?
Whoa.
I didn't mean to... I'm not being careful. Really wish that you could lock on to objects, because it would be so easy to just lock onto these two things and knock them both down. I wonder if there's going to be some kind of bonus upgrade that I can get to the Leviathan axe that will literally make it defy gravity. Like, because you know, like, when you throw the axe, if you throw it far enough, it
Oh, that's nice.
What's nice? Oh. Fire? You make yourself comfy, kid. Rub your chest. Your hands will take care of themselves. Is this the way that... This is off the beaten path. I'm sure of it. What does it say?
Boy,
Okay, that's going in the journal.
I like that the kid tried to teach Kratos how to read. That was so cute. The Heretzla Famadir. Is Heretzla the dragon that we fought? Okay, To know the Heretzla Famadir is to know the brutal history of these lands. Before the Great Flood, before the desolation, man lived peacefully in Midgard. The dead stayed dead. Draugr were a rarity, and the use of satyr magic was considered deeply shameful. The Heretzla Famadir is of the old ways. When a man's worth is measured by how well he swings a blade, strength, our highest virtue. For a hero's strength is measured by his heart. These are harsh lands, and they are no place for the weak. The strong will prosper in life and in death. Join the ranks of the... What's that say? Einherjar in Valhalla. The weak will scrape and suffer a meager existence, joining the ranks of unworthy in the depths of Helheim. Such is the cycle of life till Ragnarok comes. Harsh. They sound about as friendly as a pack of wolvers. Speaking of which, by doing that challenge and killing all those wolvers, I got the Wolver's Howl achievement. So, I basically killed all the wolvers in the world that I need to kill. That doesn't mean I'm not going to kill any more. Yep, Whale of the Wolver. 20 of 20. I mean, kid, you could also say that you get angry at Kratos because you sometimes think that he only keeps you around to read things. But you see, this is why I think that the whole concept of the afterlife sucks, because when you get down to it, a majority of people who exist in life, they're going to get screwed in their afterlives, because afterlives that basically require you to be
I wish Mom was
strong, noble, all that crap. Basically, you get rewarded for doing all those things, but the average person, they're just gonna go to the depths of Helheim and become a walker or a draugr or whatever the heck these things are. I have no idea. Just once, I would like for one of these barrels to be filled with ale. Maybe some wine? There's a sarcophagus in there. How do I get to it? You ever had a drink, kid? I'm 11.
Father, I think you should see this.
What is it? You're not gonna comment on it? And wolves, apparently.
Keep it up!
Tell me when!
The apple doesn't fall far.
Atreus. Loot everything that you can, boy. I really do wonder what the heck are up with all these gigantic crystals, and are they worth anything? I hear one of them. I'm pretty sure I hear the bird. They make a very distinct cawing sound. It sounds almost like a laser flying through the air. Boy, keep your eye out for anything that's green. Where's the crystal? There it is. And we can just climb back up that way. No fuss, no muss. But the thing about it is, I don't hear the bird anymore. Been waiting to hear its call. I hear it in here. I don't hear it anymore. I mean, I'm just now realizing, like, they're pinning, like, human corpses to these walls and leaving them until there's nothing but skeletons left. You guys know, basically, how bad it is to do that? I mean, basically speaking, you're pinning a organic body that's going to decay and decompose, and you're pinning it to a wooden structure. Literally speaking, like, you guys are lucky that this pillar didn't collapse, because all that bacteria, it's gonna rot the wood. I know, I hear it. I gotta admit, that pottery kind of looked Grecian. It looked kind of like a Grecian urn. Hang on tight, kid. An XP stone. Now it's a health stone. And now it's a rage stone. But I'm literally almost maxed out on rage again. So it'd be pointless.
Come look at this.
What is it?
What happened over there?
What is it? Nice ship. Where's the target? Quick, we've got to get across. Find the controls that extend the bridge. I think I just blasted it. They're coming through! Let's go. Although I do wonder, like, should I have done, like, the lines reversed? Like Atreus saying, find the controls that extend the bridge, and Kratos saying, I think I just smashed it. Cutscene? Look, they've even pinned a guy to the mast! That's gonna rot. You can't leave corpses lying around. Speaking of which, have we even encountered anyone actually living in...
This is the sun.
Sun.
That ghost son? How do you know?
The sigil. It matches the dagger we found in his father's back. He stood his ground, but it was not enough.
This guy lost his head. Not a good thing to do in a life or death situation.
They betrayed him.
Betrayal begets betrayal. My guess, the young one murdering his dad didn't sit well with the others.
He thought himself ready to lead. It cost him his life.
I guess.
Look there, lad. By his feet.
The whetstone?
The whetstone!
Already?
Yes. They used it to smash his face in.
They did? Ew.
A traveler!
Focus up!
Oh! Oh! And was that poison?
I'm set!
Leave him alone! You got a few cheap shots in, friend. Let me show you how I fight. Oh, you're getting it now. What the? An epic talisman, shattered gauntlet of ages. An ancient relic of hell deemed too powerful to remain whole. Fragments of its former strength lie scattered throughout the realms. It's got an enchantment socket. It's original. But what does it do? It gives me 3 defense. That's a major hit, though. Like, if I had come here sooner... But who knows? Maybe if I find the other pieces and put them together. I really wish that you could have more than one talisman. What the hell was that? Nightmares?
I wonder why they left this whetstone behind. If Sindri wants it, it must be really useful.
Well, lad, reavers have very specific priorities. If it's not shiny and you can't eat or drink it, you might as well use it as a blunt object.
So reavers are guys who are still alive, But you know what I'm basically like wondering? Was there anybody who was actually living here that basically wasn't a dwarf or a goddess or a giant snake? Like, have we encountered regular people at all on this journey? But yeah, that traveler just smashed his way in here. Did I knock him all the way to the other side of the bridge? Out.
We are done here.
I hear it again. That bird is in here somewhere. Good work. If it's not shiny and you can't eat or drink it. Let's see what they've got. Just hack silver and some solid steel. Aha.
I wish Mom were here.
I found you. Endorphins. Let's find out what's in that cave. Poison? Is this the one from the beginning? There we go. Yes. Yes. Yes! Come on, be some hardened steel. What's that? Oh, it's just... I was hoping that it would be something different, because it looked different. It's just more solid steel. Cool guys don't look at poison. That's where we can dock the boat. I know that you said that we're done here, Kratos, but I want to keep exploring. Because you never know what we might find might actually be useful for us. See? I told you guys I would find the bird. I told you guys I was hearing the bird, too. The bird's the word. The bird's the word.
Boy.
Yes, sir.
Another map? What's it say?
There's a scroll here. It belonged to the sun. Wow.
A son's regret. Dad. While you were off hunting and pillaging, Granddad raised me, taught me, and cared for me. I loved him. And you stabbed him in the back. I hated you. But time has a way of changing things. The clan celebrated. They spat on his kind spirit, saw it as proof of weak leadership. And as much as I hate to admit it, the Hretzla Famidir thrived with you at the helm. As a boy, I made an oath to Nornir that I would avenge him. My skill with a blade grew, and you finally began to notice me. We grew closer, but the Nornir do not suffer broken oaths, not even made by a grieving child. Their chest outside Fafnir's storeroom. It reminded me of that oath. So the cycle of betrayal continues. You killed the only father I ever knew, but even now, I regret my actions and am filled with remorse. Forgive me, Vandred. Oh, and the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, son. I know we'll have some good times then.
This goes on and on. Father, forgive me, filled with remorse, regret my actions.
Had he thought before taking action, there would be no need for regret, yes?
Yeah. Maybe we should bring this to his father, back at the storeroom.
Any excuse to go back, return to Fafnir's storeroom. Time heals all. 'Cause, I mean, Kratos, he clearly didn't want to do it, but he made an oath back when he was a child, an oath that he didn't understand the ramifications of. So, hey, we're back at the entrance. That makes sense. I've only found one lore marker? Well, maybe I'll find the other one by taking the boat through the gate. Open the gates! find a different exit. Does that mean that we can't go back the way we came? You guys should really basically let me find that out for myself before... Yeah, we've only fought like, what? One Revenant? This place is huge. Yeah, we can't go out this way because the water wheel is spinning. And now that we've got it moving, we can't go under it again. Oh well, at least I figured it out. That's a lot of gold. Well, we can't dock here, but looks like we can bust our way through there. Kratos, master of parallel parking.
I wish Mom were here.
Solid. Well, we've got the whetstone, and we've got another task to complete by taking this scroll to the spirit at Fafnir's storeroom. And let's hope that we actually find a dragon when we go there. Hey. Check it out, eh? Guys, just leave your corpses lying around.
I wish Mom were here.
Guys should throw them into the river. Hey look, there's another Grecian urn. Father, what's a Grecian urn? Probably more than we. Oh good. Stays put. Time to go, boy. I just like how Kratos hands him the head. I don't know why, but I find
see something
that's
down there.
so amusing. Return to Sidri. Family business. So the son killed the father because the father killed the grandfather. Man, the cycle really does continue. And here I thought that the son killed the father purely because the son wanted to be number one. And he couldn't do that as long as he was in Dad's shadow. Worf.
How did it go at the stronghold?
Never better.
We found your whetstone.
Oh, wonderful! This staining is unusual.
The Reavers used it to smash another Reaver's face in.
Oh, wonderful. Here, for your trouble.
Heretza Farmadir's grip.
I can't wait to test out the new whetstone. It may not look like much, but it's practically humming with
A
magic.
health burst.
I've needed a new one after my brother borrowed the last one. I saw him spit on it.
A health burst after any successful axe hit. Which one am I using right now? Weighted Grip of Restoration. It's rare, but it's not legendary. And I could upgrade this, probably get it to level 3. Could probably do that right now. Executioner's health burst. And look, it even has an impaling point at the end.
To lube it out, he said. I didn't ask for it back.
That's why you wanted a legendary whetstone, because Brock spit on yours? Wait, and now he's sharpening the whetstone? But you use whetstones to sharpen weapons, don't you?
Let's do it.
Alright, alright. Upgrade. Oh yeah, I got that talisman as well. What do I need to upgrade it? Dragon's Tear. Oh, this could be something important. 55,000. And it goes from 1 enchantment socket to 2? Oh, this has got to be worth it on some degree. But I'll need to find the last dragon in order to get the final tier. The final tier is needed for the upgrade. And it goes to 3 enchantment sockets? But I still lose strength and cooldown? Oblivion Stone. And this is my last Oblivion Stone, so it better be worth it.
I threw in a polishing on the house. There's just so much blood.
And it's dripping. But I know that it's a low perk activation, but the point is that hopefully I won't even need to notice it.
Don't forget to wash your hands.
I still cannot believe that Sindri knows about germs. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it kind of reminds me of Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, you know? There were a few seasons where you basically realize that Hercules knew a whole lot more than he should have. Even someone intelligent from ancient Greece probably shouldn't have known the things that he did. Time heals all. Return to the storeroom. Let's go, boy. No questions from Amir?
I wish Mom were here.
I wish your mom was here too, kid. Because somebody needs to seriously give you a hug, and the guy with white skin isn't gonna do it. I mean, seriously, has your father ever hugged you? Did he hug you when your mother was dying? Also, Kratos read your journal. He knows that you lament the fact that she's gone and he isn't.
I wish Mom were here.
Hey, do you have any other lines of dialogue? Like, seriously, you're just gonna keep saying that every single time? What the hell was that? I heard something. Ah, there's just Draugr.
Here we go!
I didn't accidentally hit the kid, did I? Not bad.
Not as hard as I thought.
It gets easier with time, trust me. But that doesn't mean let your guard down. Always be on guard. There's that one symbol that I just could not find for the life of me. Hard to believe that this is the second time I've come back here. Came here for treasure once. Do you remember which room he was in? It was the center one, right? I don't know why Kratos isn't objecting to this. Maybe he does want to give this guy closure because he thinks that maybe it'll somehow give him closure. We gotta do a slow dramatic walk, Morty. They love the slow dramatic walk. Who's Morty? Why are you calling me Morty? Doesn't matter, Morty. Just don't ask any questions. Don't question it, Morty. Just go along with it. I should have basically had them doing a Rick and Morty dynamic the entire game. Hey, wasn't he orange the last time we saw him?
What are you fools doing back here? Come to pilfer my boots and small clothes.
Came to give you this, asshole.
We found your son. He was betrayed too. And we found part of his journal. It sounded like he regretted killing you.
Fat lot of good that does me. How'd he go out? He die fighting?
We found 4 corpses near his. They were decapitated.
Ha! Vandrit always did keep his sword nice and sharp. A lesson he picked up from me.
Do I?
He's a backstabbing
He's
bastard.
my backstabbing bastard.
Knowing he's in Valhalla sets me at ease. Thanks.
He's my backstabbing bastard.
We did a good thing. I'm glad we came back here.
That thief did not deserve the peace you gave him.
Maybe so. Still, it feels good to help people. Even the dead ones.
So much like your mother.
So, that got me an enchantment. Bonus to all stats. Time heals all. So the kid gets to go to Valhalla, though? What about you? I mean, are you at peace now? That spirit did not deserve the peace you gave him. Come on, Kratos. Wouldn't you want to have peace? And aren't you desperate for someone to give it to you?
I wish Mom were here.
Just like your mother. Why can't this have a slot? Seriously. Although I can still upgrade this one. if I basically... Let me think for a second. What if I... Yeah, if I swap it out for the Gauntlet of Ages, because this has 2 enchantment slots, I take a massive hit on strength and cooldown, 16 and 10, and also 2 defense. But, let's see, I go to sockets. That sort of offsets it, and let's see. Do I have any more legendary enchantments? So let me see if I basically got this right. I've got common. Wait, the way that it goes is like... Let's see. They're common, rare, and then there's legendary, and then there's epic. And epic is this kind of amber gold. But I've got one more enchantment socket, so what can I fit in there? Duelist Protective Barrier. It's a high perk activation. On any successful parry. Do I have anything that gives me a cooldown bonus? Defender's cooldown. And it might actually inspire me to learn how to block. Well, anyway, that takes care of that. Huh. It looks like it all worked out rather nicely, didn't it? But anyways... We're coming up on the hour mark, but I feel like there's some things that... Wait, are we past the hour mark already? Last time I checked, we basically got through all that in like 45 minutes. Man, time goes fast when you're having fun. I feel like there's something else that I want to do. Oh yeah, I want to see if I can go back to Thamur's corpse and see if I can find that missing raven. You know, this armor of smoldering ash, the way that it glows in the dark like that, for some reason it's kind of reminding me of Ares. Reminds me of his flaming hair. I'm surprised that neither he nor Brock has got another favor to ask us. Though, we did get them what they wanted.
I wish Mom were here.
I didn't press anything. He changed to lightning arrows by himself. You see, this is honestly one of the problems that I have. Like, the PS4 controller, it does weird things. I honestly think that these things are a lot more sensitive than PS2 controllers, because I think that basically, like, the PS2 controllers that I'm used to, they can take a whole lot more punishment. Right? This will give us the chance to see. Huh. I guess each chamber will be different. The one that we went, the other one, basically had like a tunnel that ran underneath this place. Dang it, I was hoping that, like, it would be past this. Because this elevator is stupidly slow. Look at him, smoldering. You know, I find it so weird. The favors that we do for the dwarves end up being stupidly easy. I mean, except for, like, the Fafnir storeroom one. That one took quite a bit. A little bit of practice. But still, I basically was expecting, like, this could be multiple episodes. Here's the Lord robe, but one of the panels is missing. And when we opened this, wasn't it the center panel that was missing? Now one of the side panels is missing. Well, we're back here over at Thamer's corpse, looking... Did I? I couldn't tell. Is that a wolver? Come here, dog. Holy shit! Is there a frost ancient behind us? Why is there a frost ancient behind us? Atreus! Did you know that there was a frost ancient outside? Did you? Did you? There's a frost ancient outside! Oh well, at least I finally found an actual ancient instead of it being a soul eater, which means if I rip this thing's heart out, I might actually be able to make an armor. We're the bad guys, kid. I have a very bad feeling that I might have just ruined that entire encounter, so... see, what time is it? Holy crap, is it actually past 3 o'clock? Let's go back to the hidden chamber. I gotta say, I hate Sundays. Especially when waiting on the weekend felt like such a long-ass wait. Oh, we're not at the top. Why not expedite the process? At least by a little bit. Don't start talking about your mom, kid.
Ready, Father!
Here, doggy. There it is. What do you mean there's only 2 left? The Wolver is dead.
Need a healing stone? Need more time. I'm ready. Just take my
Keep it up!
That's what you get for awakening while I'm fighting the grunts.
That was a long one.
Frost Sigil of Defense. An Ancient's Heart. Pretty sure I have enough to craft the armor. I guess it pays to eventually go back to places that you've already been. You have no idea what might actually be out there. Well, anyways, I gotta cut this video. I'm gonna search around to see if I can find that blasted bird, and when I do, I'll come back. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.